Welcome, everybody, to the Rebel Rally Live, brought to you by Toyota. We are here at Base Camp 3 at Amboy at the world's famous Roy's Motel and Cafe. And I got to tell you, the temps are hot and the competition is getting even hotter. I'm here with my good friend, Matthew Johnson. Matthew, finally end of stage 5. Man, it was a really cool day today.
It was really cool. It was really bumpy today. I drove the course. Obviously, we did quite a bit of transiting and some other enduro action to get us this far south. But the course that we did drive was absolutely beautiful. And also is part of some off-road racing courses that are used in other series, right?
Right.
So it was pretty whoopee.
I'm glad. I bet you were glad for your Total Chaos suspension on that 4Runner.
I was.
Yeah.
Super, super glad for it. But even then, there's camera gear and a bunch of junk in the car, and it's kabam, 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 you know? And I'm like, geez. Can't go as fast as I want to here. Anyway, we had a really cool time following some vehicles off. On the course today.
Right.
We got a little bit of video from that. Honestly, we were going to edit some more of it together and show it to you later.
Yeah, but we'll get a little bit of that video. But, today was a day where they had basically an on-route enduro for the entire day. And I talked to some teams, and they had a 200,000 scale map, and the team said that they hardly even looked at that map, which is exactly what Emily Miller wanted them to do. She did not want them looking at the map. She wanted them using distance and heading. And with the teams that I talked to, they actually were pretty good at that. She
was really proud of being able to do that, the distance and heading, because that's a different kind of challenge than our normal everyday challenge.
Absolutely.
We spoke to one team that got up, is their normal time, 5 a.m., 4:45 or whatever, expecting to plot, and then had like 5 things to plot instead of 35. And we're like,
I can have breakfast.
I'm going to have some tea.
Yeah,
that was
Jessica.
Jessica and Christy this morning.
Exactly. Yeah. So, we are here in the famous Roy's Cafe and Motel, and I believe that this was the inspiration for Pixar's Cars.
It was, indeed. This was the the welcoming sign for folks that were coming to California on the 66.
Right.
Route 66.
Yes, Route 66 is right here. You can see on the live shot where that little minivan is.
It's written on the road. In the bottom left corner of your screen, actually, you can see Route 66 there on the road from our drone view. Roy's clearly is not housing people anymore, but it used to be just a nice stopover for folks after they'd been. This is deep desert.
Deep desert.
This is deep
desert.
hot desert here. And if you were driving in 1950s, whatever you were driving through here,
you were really happy to get to Roy's.
You were happy to find some people because you might have been concerned that you were going to melt out in that desert.
Yeah, Roy's opened in 1938, and it was really big, like you said, because of Route 66, but also because of the railroads. This was originally supposed to be one of the first stops. They were going to do them in alphabetical order, right? So we have Amboy here, then down the road you've got Barstow, and so on and so on and so on. Railroads, we still have trains that are going through here, but we don't actually have a station here. So, it has kind of fallen into disrepair, but we do have an interview with the owner of this town a little bit later on with Katie, so I'm not going to spoil any of the surprises.
Cool.
But it's pretty cool. There's a lot of history
Looking forward to that.
Now, we did get some comments from some of our Facebook page, but of course, you can follow us at rebelrally.com/live. Please leave us a comment on our Facebook feed. You can watch the live show there as well. And also on YouTube. Share that information with all of your friends. We love getting your comments. And, somebody has asked, and I'm sorry, I don't know who it is, but somebody has asked a couple of different questions. One of them was some about the penalties. So if you see on the scorecard on the live scoring, you'll see under the penalties on the far right-hand side, -10 is usually what that penalty is. And that is a wide miss. Mm-hmm. Now, that isn't necessarily associated with any checkpoint. In fact, it is not associated with any checkpoint whatsoever. That is when a team has clicked their tracker and they are nowhere near a checkpoint. Mm-hmm. Now, why would a team do that? Well, they can do that to find their actual lat and long where they are.
Yes.
So if they're really, really lost, they can click that tracker, they can find out where they are, plot that on the map, and they'll know exactly where they are and how to get to their next checkpoint. But
even if maybe you're not even super lost, but a little bit lost,
right?
But you can nail some checkpoints and then get to your next green in time, it's probably worth it.
Exactly.
Right?
It might be worth that 10-point penalty. So you will get that 10-point penalty, and that is what you will see on the penalty list. Now, are there other penalties? Absolutely.
Indeed.
There are speeding penalties. There are penalties for using a mechanic on site. Mm-hmm. So those, though, come in after the teams come in for the day. The wide miss penalties happen live.
Those points we look at online are provisional.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a cool way that you can figure out what's going on with those penalties, and wide misses can help you, but can also hurt you.
I saw one other comment.
Yeah.
It was like, how do I get started at this?
Anybody can go to Rebel U. You don't even need to register. So just go to the rebelrally.com Facebook page, or rebelrally.com on the web, and there is a link there. But you know what else you can do on the rebelrally.com?
You tell me.
Oh my gosh, a huge giveaway.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I know we've been talking about this giveaway, but look, just go up there to Rally Promos, click on that drop-down menu. You can win over $3,000 worth of Rebel Rally sponsor gear. I mean, cool stuff.
Listen, when you are watching something that has a mega cool giveaway, usually it's on a radio channel that has, 400,000 people listening to it.
Exactly. We don't have 400,000 people listening to us.
I don't think there are 400,000 people watching this. I just want to let you know, if you're interested in this, you've got
you have a good chance.
A better chance
you have a
than
good chance
most of these giveaways.
Exactly. So I love the fact that you can get a demo shovel. I have a demo shovel with Buddy. Let me tell you, I use it all the time. I use my Max Tracks all the time. You can get a full set of Pirelli Scorpion tires and then a whole bunch of little swag, which I really, really love.
I love
is
that
a thing
you
for
use
us.
your Max Tracks all the time.
I have the
you
little
make
tiny
like a little
ones.
make-do table at home, random things.
No,
friend
no,
comes
I use
over
them
with
in
a
the
low
car
riding
as they're
car.
supposed
Like,
to
here's
be
my
used.
Max Tracks.
Be quiet. All right.
We're
we
going
have
to
Katie?
Katie.
Yep.
Katie's chatting with Kyle, who owns Roy's here. We'd love to hear from Katie and how that went.
Hello. Well, I am so stoked to be on Route 66 for the first time ever, and I'm lucky enough to be here with Kyle, who is the owner of Roy's. First question, Kyle. Who's Roy?
Roy is the original owner of Amboy. He was the one who brought up the town in the 30s, all the way up until its pretty much extinction in the 70s. So he's the original founder, and he was the one who brought up the town, pretty much made it famous.
Okay, so on our way down here, Adam and I were talking about how much of a bummer it is that a lot of things are sort of sad and decrepit on the way down, and then we get here and this is starting to be restored. And I understand your family owns one of the original McDonald's, and you have a practice of making sure that American history is restored and looked after?
Yeah, luckily. So my dad actually bought the actual site of the original McDonald's in San Bernardino. What he did with it is pretty much he turned it into a commemoration of all the original history, even prior to becoming a franchise. And luckily, that's one of the reasons why we were able to obtain the town. So when the town was first put up for sale, the actual Bessie Burris, who's actually the widow of the stepson founder, pretty much said that you guys have already done this. You guys have already wanted to restore the town. My dad pledged to restore the town, and that's kind of like how we just jumped on it, right? In 2005, we saw that the property was open for sale, and pretty much my dad jumped on it the next day.
So you won the bid because you agreed to restore it, and that's your dad's vision?
Yes.
So when I pulled in, I could see these little huts here, and my vision is like having those being full of people, and this here has a really cool... Should we go and have a look?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, Colin, is your wire long enough? Yeah, Colin, is your wire long enough? So this is like a time capsule. Who are these two?
So this is actually Bessie Burris. This is the widow who sold it to my father. This is her husband, Buster Burris. So this is the son-in-law of Roy Corral, the original founder. So them two together, they're the ones that brought the town pretty much to its highlights, its glory. So he actually ended up running the town after Roy Corral.
Oh my gosh, and look at the piano behind you and all this really cool memorabilia. I mean, that's a till, an old till, a typewriter, a phone, and then come and check this out, boys. This is where we'll be going after the live show. Kyle, will you meet us in here for a cold beverage?
Oh, I sure will.
How cool is this? This is from the movie The Christmas Story, right? These lights? Look at these. And these are the actual lights.
Yes.
Look at it all. It's just incredible. I mean, I've never seen a time capsule like this, and it's all due to your family actually caring about American history, right?
Of course, yes. My dad's a very big buff on Route 66, and in terms of the San Bernardino County, he really wants to give back, and this is like his way of doing it.
That is so, so cool. Well, I look forward to having a cold beer with you after the show. Thank you so much. Back to Emme and Matthew.
Oh my gosh! Thank
Wow.
you, Katie. That is so cool.
It is.
I love it. I'm a big fan of the mid-century modern aesthetic, and I mean the
Sure.
stuff that's in that lobby there is just awesome. But I have heard some stories that maybe Roy's is there's a little bit of
There's what?
paranormal
Oh.
stuff that happens here. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm willing to stay here except for tonight.
I was thinking that'd be fun.
No,
I don't know. How scary could it be?
It could be real scary.
Yeah. Do you think they're
Yes!
going to get you physically or
I mean,
mentally?
maybe. I don't know.
Ah.
Both. I don't know. I don't do the scary
You
stuff.
know, maybe we should take a walk in the dark.
Nope,
Just a little walk in the dark later?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope,
no
nope,
way, huh?
nobody, nope.
All right. Why don't we talk about our job?
Yeah, let's have some
Okay.
stories because I know you have some good stories from today.
Well, we are still working on some of our B-roll that we got out on course today, but we were finally able to catch Chris and Melissa in action. Chris Benzie, Melissa Clark, formerly Melissa Fisher, that's been in the event every year. They are leading X-Cross. So I think we have a bit of B-roll for them in a minute. Also, another big story, Team 150. What do we know about them?
So Team 150, that's Penny Dale and Shelby Hall in the Ford Bronco. You know, they scrapped their way to third place overall.
And you had a great interview with them yesterday.
A great interview with them yesterday. They were feeling good. And then today, unfortunately they had a misplot on a green checkpoint. And then per the rules, they misplotted their green checkpoint and then they timed out. So per the rules, they can't get any of the points until the next green checkpoint. They have to skip everything and go to the next green checkpoint. What they did, and they clicked on that green checkpoint, and then for some reason, when they were allowed to go to the following points, they didn't. And we don't know why. I have not talked to them, but it was a very, very heartbreaking day for those two because they're so good. I mean, Shelby is probably the best driver out here of stock
we were
vehicles.
Saying, the whole week we've been just kind of expecting to see them there just chomping at the front of the pack.
Now, they haven't lost too many standings, but they definitely have lost their third place overall, which just, I mean, I'm so disappointed.
Well, you know as well as anybody knows, it's been done the event a few times. When you get to Glamis, anything can happen. And we know that they're really strong in Glamis.
They are very, very strong in the dunes. I mean, I went from first place in Glamis my first year to 11th.
Oops.
Very
Sorry. Laughing
easy
with you,
to
not
happen.
at you.
What's that?
Laughing with you, not at you.
Oh, sure. For
For sure. Well, something tells me they're not going to be in a super talking mood tonight.
No,
but maybe tomorrow we'll catch
maybe
up
tomorrow
with them
we
and
can
see
do that.
what the deal was. I was snooping around over at Nick's, which is just under this current view. Here we go.
Look, there's our 200.
Yeah, there's Chris and Melissa.
Yeah.
They've been zooming along with their fancy little white wheels and that Ford Bronco Sport, leading X-Cross by a nice margin.
A very, very nice margin. And, you know, people give that Bronco Sport, they say it's not a real Bronco. I got to tell you, it's not bad. It is not bad. And then look at this old school Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah, Rasa and Leeway, we love seeing them back each year. They're still in the Tacoma there. I keep wondering why they're using that antenna that's a cell phone booster.
Maybe they have a race radio that they've
They'd
just
have to be
pulled
better
out.
at cheating than to just be that like that.
Well, and now we've got Team 200.
flagrant.
This is a great drone shot, by the way, going up to a checkpoint. So, you know, your checkpoint rules here. First of all, you notice she came in nice and slow. You can't come barreling into a checkpoint because there's people around. The driver is going to get out, take that tracker up to the checkpoint. Navigator is going to figure out where they're going to go next.
I think that's Team 131 we saw earlier.
Yes. Well, this is Team 200. So she's going to go up, get that checkpoint, figure out. Oh, and look, she's waving to us. Hi. I'm so glad that you were able to get all of that drone footage. And I got to tell you, Adam, best drone pilot.
Dude, he's great.
He
can
is
zoom
so
around,
good.
finds all kinds of little nuggets to stick on the show.
Now, I don't know if you can hear, but we do have a train going by, so if you hear a little bit of background noise, that's what it is. But we've got Katie at the finish line with Team 144, so check it out, Katie.
Hi there, I'm here with Katrina and Lisa, and we were just having a little chat about their day and, you know, what do you want to talk about, ladies? And then I noticed this, like, we have to start on this Rebel Rally tattoo. That is dedication. Yeah. How fantastic. And you're a 3-year Rebel, correct? And you're a rookie.
Yeah.
So how did you end up teaming up this year?
We share a fence. We're actually next door neighbors.
Oh, so you had some FOMO.
Yes, I saw. She started talking about it a few years ago, and I've been following her from home, yelling at her to turn around for 2 years, and I really wanted to turn.
Actually, that's a really good segue, because we're always curious, how do people follow at home?
We follow on the tracking, and we can see it live, and we can yell at the TV. They don't listen. We keep trying, but they don't listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we followed it for 2 years. Actually, I would spend most of the week with her husband.
He would take he takes the week off work, and he does all our social media posts, as well as stalking us and yelling at the computer many times. And when I get home, he goes, "What was going through your head that day?" And I'm like, could have been anything.
So hold on, if you're at home yelling at the screen, I want you to hashtag Rebel Live and tell us how you're watching, or send us a photo on Facebook, and then we get to understand exactly what's going on at home, because yelling at the screen isn't any fun.
No.
Now, any highlights from today, or low moments?
No, not any low moments. I did get bitten once today by,
Excuse me?
Jeep. I'm in a stock Jeep, so one of the little washouts, I took a corner, and I think we were looking at something. It was a little bump, and it bit, and the Jeep bounced. And
Oh, I thought something bit you with all these snakes around.
no. Like that song, you know, train tracks, if you hit it too hard, it hits you right back. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, they call you Team Positivity, and I see why.
Yeah.
So is there a reason it's Team Positivity?
Yeah.
Our-
Our charity of choice is Pause It Forward, where we live. So they're just
They're a rescue for dogs and cats that have been abandoned or abused, and it's just Pause It Forward is the rescue organization for the Okanagan in British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah.
So that's our charity of choice, should we be blessed enough to win anything this year.
And you couldn't be a more positive team. Thank you so much for your time here at Roy's. Go and enjoy this time capsule, and we'll go back to Matt and Emme.
Could we say hi
Oh,
to our
hold on,
grandkids
hold on.
first? Could we say hi to our grandkids first? Because they would just be over the moon. So, hello, Zayden, Noah, Elijah, and Olivia, who turned 2 on Sunday. She was born when I was here in my rookie year.
And mine are Lizzie, Marley, Piper, and Daxon.
Hi, everyone. Hashtag Rebel Live.
Yep.
And back to Emme and Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
cool.
Katie. I cannot believe that is some dedication to have a tattoo of the Rebel Rally on your arm.
And it's a beautiful tattoo.
Wonderful,
It's really well done.
wonderful. And
Yeah.
also, those two ladies, man, I got to tell you, I loved my grandma. But
Yeah.
my grandma was not nearly as cool
My
as those
grandma
two
did
those
not look
women.
like that.
No.
No.
My grandma did not do those kinds of things.
They said grandkids, and Emme and I looked at each other and go, oh,
grandkids? That's impossible.
That's great. Good for them. That's
All
very
right,
cool.
Well, we'll be back with more Rebel Rally interviews and Finish Line fun right after this break.
66. I've been told that this is Noodles is not hissing. She's breathing. He, beg your pardon, I don't want to offend them. And then actually first I want to introduce Heather, who there we go.
Hi.
You look more scared than me now.
Never been on TV?
Well, thank you so much for sharing your snakes with us. We turned up here at Roy's and we pulled in, and here was Heather with these two snakes, Stella and Noodle, and she's had them for 7 years now.
I've had I've had snakes for about 8 years, 7 to 8 years. Stella is only 5 years old, so I've only had her for 5 years, and then I've had him for about the same amount of time.
I mean, this Rabel has been all about the wildlife. We met a tortoise yesterday, and now we're meeting a snake. It's out of hand. And the other thing that's really cool is you rescued these snakes, right?
This one is a rescue. This one he was in really bad shape when I got him in Indianapolis. She actually is just a pet, but this one is a rescue. He's blind. When I found him, he had blisters covering his entire belly. His face was twice the size that it is now. He had mouth rot and scale rot, both.
And here's me trying to be really cool about this snake around my neck. Thank you so much for introducing Stella and Noodles to us. We're going to go back to Matthew and Emme, and I've got a snake around my neck.
Go inside that trailer and ask for a raise because you have a snake around your neck, and I'm glad it wasn't me. Anyway, I'm here with Team 187. I've got Lily and Alex. They are in the Rivian R1T. They are our rookies, and you guys had a killer day. So tell me, what was the best part of the day?
Best part of the day was getting to be in the car with Alex. And
Oh,
so cute. Being in a Rivian. It's a super smooth ride.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know all about it.
I mean, I do know all about it. But so what improvements have you guys made in that Rivian R1T from last year when I drove it? I mean, I drove one of the very first ones that came off the line. And with the over-the-air updates, you guys can be constantly improving that vehicle. So what are some of the new things that we've got?
So other than the modifications that Alex custom built, from our cup holders to our storage, all of that,
right.
Everything else is completely stock. The same exact vehicle that could be in your driveway at home, the same one we're delivering to customers, is what we're competing in, both for the R1S and the R1T this year.
Now, cool. Now, the R1S is the SUV, and you guys are in the R1T, which is the truck.
Correct. So
okay.
We are in the truck.
Now, the big question that everybody has about electric vehicles off-road, what kind of range are you getting? I know you're keeping track of that, Nabby.
Yeah, I am. We had to charge up today, but we would have made it with 50 miles to spare, so range has been really good. We've just been doing it as a buffer.
Yeah.
Speaking of the over-the-air updates, that improves every single time you get an update. So you're not only getting different features, you could be getting a whole new drive mode. So since you've driven it, we actually have a soft sand mode, which
oh my gosh, a year too late, Lily. My God.
Yep. So soft sand mode is intended to be able to have more wheel spin, keep you on top of the sand, and that way you can actually pull yourself up and out as needed.
Right, because this is a very heavy vehicle with all of the range that you have. The 135 kilowatt hour battery is very heavy. It makes the whole thing much heavier. It's heavier than a Ford Raptor, which is already that in itself is a big truck. So driving a heavy vehicle in the sand, I mean, yes, you've got a lot of power, you've got a lot of torque, but you also have a lot of weight. So being able to have that sand mode and have the electronics help you out, hopefully that's going to be good. Now, I'm assuming that you have driven it in sand mode in the dunes?
Yes. So we've actually done a couple of trainings in Glamis, and while yes, it is heavy, you just pick a different route and you pick a different line, as you well know. Can't follow anybody.
Our last two trainings were in Glamis, and we got to not only launch sand mode in Superstition, and then we got to test it in Glamis twice.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. When do you guys know when that will be rolling out to customers?
It's already on customer.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's already there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I love it. I've been doing some work with Edmunds at Edmunds.com, and apparently we have a long-termer R1T, so I would like to make sure that I get that so that I can go back out in the desert and test out all these new modes.
We can go together.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Well, yeah, let's look at some footage from you guys coming in this day. Oh, look at your super serious face.
I was in the zone.
Oh, no, look at you're in the zone. That's Lily going
I'm not paying attention at all.
Okay, that's brilliant. Brilliant. The next time I compete, I'm stealing that.
We were late day 2, but 37 seconds to a checkpoint, so we've been doing that every day since.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's really good to be able to have that right there in your eye line.
Yeah.
I mean, I just put duct tape on the steering wheel with all of my notes, but
be
that's
late.
way better. That's way better.
So we put our closing times on the window, and then we also put max speeds, and then if there's a decent amount of distance, so that way I don't ask her after every kilometer passed.
Right. And then that helps so that you always know, and then you're not annoyed as the navigator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Day one, I
that really
asked
helps.
her probably
Look at you go.
a million times.
Yeah, look at you.
Oh, look at that's
My sunburned face.
Oh, but look at you guys laughing. That's perfect. Now, I also see you've got 6 max tracks up there. You got 6. You got 4 wheels, but you got 6 max tracks.
We like to build highways in the sand so we can just get out
in
without,
case you need
without
it.
any
not
issue.
surprised. We got that 6 number from you. You
No.
carried 6.
No. Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we probably did. Now, having them up there on the roof rack, what does that do to your range?
Minute differences. I mean, we're
Yeah.
off-roading all day, every day.
Okay.
So it's, I mean, yes, does it affect it? But not something we can tell very much.
Okay.
And we've come in just fine on range every single day.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Hey, those are the shirts I'm wearing right now.
Now, I also have to ask a question. Are you guys running the HVAC system and have the air conditioning on?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Really? It was hot
Turn
today.
windows down.
All right.
Enjoy the silence.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because that is what's really cool about off-roading in an EV is that when you have your windows down, you can hear the crunch of your tires over the dirt, and you can hear like the birds chirp and like the little squirrels going all over the place. So yeah, that's a really cool feature that you get, and you know what? You get that for free.
Yeah.
That's a no-cost option.
Yeah.
All right, man, I wish you guys could have like gone fast over that lake bed, because our speed limit today was only 75 kilometers, which is about 45 miles per hour. But you guys could have booked it 100 miles over that lake bed easily.
Very aware.
very
It was
smooth.
very difficult to
Was
just-
that hard for you as a driver?
Oh, it's so
Especially in
difficult.
that truck. That truck can handle it. And
Yeah.
it can go fast.
No, it's
so
just,
smooth.
It's so great. I love it. Now, how have you guys been doing with the all-wheel drive system? I mean, this truck doesn't have any lockers. Have you missed it? Have you missed having lockers?
I mean, you have a motor on every single wheel, and as you all know, it controls every single wheel independently. So as we go around, like right now, as we went through those whoops way too fast, as you all know, it's super smooth and everything reacts independently. So if you start to have tire spin on one of them, it starts to react independently.
Okay.
So haven't missed lockers. It's actually been quite a dream, and it's very, very smooth.
I'm so stoked.
We've driven most of it in conserve, actually.
Oh, good.
And
Good.
haven't needed, I mean, as long as you put your tires in the right place, everything feels great.
Right. Well, you're definitely going to need sand mode here in a couple of days. You are doing a great job navigating. This rally is won or lost with the navigator. The driver, you're really going to come into play when you get to Glamis, as you know, because you could get stuck and lose a lot of time for your Navi. So I know you guys are working well together. I know you guys are helping each other out, having a lot of grace for each other when one person messes up. I'm so stoked for you guys as Rebel Rally rookies kicking some butt. It would be great to have a rookie on the podium. No pressure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 100% no
First
pressure.
off,
Stop saying
we
things like
don't
that.
even know if we can achieve that, but we're not looking at our ranking.
Yeah, we're not looking at a ring.
Oh, that's right. You're not looking at the
Not at all.
ranking. Well, then you guys are at the bottom. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I believe that we might have something from Katie. I never know what she's going to
As
have.
long as it's no more snakes.
I've left my friend the snake, and I'm here with Team 104, Katie and Lisa, and I know that I had a fantastic day out on course today with Matthew Johnson, and I want to know how your day was out on course.
It was great. It was great. We got to see a desert tortoise. It was in the middle of the track. It was about so big, and we were like, oh, stop. We're going to give it 15 minutes. So we just put it in park and sat there, and it pulled its head out of the shell, kind of turned and looked at us, and then went on across the road. And I'm like, let's give it a little bit. We don't want to scare it. We don't want it to die.
Good for you. So you stopped and you waited 15 minutes and then let him go on his
We
way.
didn't have to wait 15 minutes. He just like, oh, there's somebody, and just went across the road. It was great. We got video and everything. It's so cool. Yeah.
That's so great. I think the rally was halted for like almost an hour or more one year, but we're so diligent about looking after the wildlife, and I just saw the snake obviously, and then I saw a tortoise yesterday, and it's so great to hear that you stopped. Obviously you did. Now, how about your rally today? How did it go?
It was really good. We had a couple of challenges here and there, just the sheer volume of the road book itself being an actual book instead of just a couple of pages. But got to see some really cool terrain, and I did not bash in my skid plate today, which was good. I did that yesterday, and we had to visit the mechanics to bend it back down. But otherwise, it was a blast.
I mean, we went through the Mojave Desert. We've been on the world's largest dirt road. were really cool places.
Weren't they? Wasn't it a great day? Now we've ended up here at Roy's. Make sure you go in and have a look. All right, we're going to go back to Matthew and Emme, and then we'll interview another team here before it gets too dark. Thank you so much, ladies. Enjoy your evening here. Here comes the train. Let Emme and Matthew deal with that.
All right, Matthew here for the Mapbox Minute. I never realized that actually rhymes off. So Mapbox Minute with Matthew and Morena. Really going for it here. Morena, you've had a different duty or opportunity to experience a new thing in the Rebelle each day. What was your day today?
Today I was with Jimmy Lewis, course director, all day following the road books that he made using the Rally Navigator software and seeing behind the scenes how he was thinking about the design of the route that the teams took today.
Well, it was super dusty when we got behind you guys, and I appreciated you moving out of the way to let us kind of use our total chaos to its maximum and scuttle kind of by there. I'm sure Jimmy, I wondered if Jimmy was going to call me and be like, I thought you were a competitor.
We did.
It is what it is. Part of my route today, I drove by a bunch of black rocks. Obviously, I think it's volcanic, but like, how old is it? Where did it come from? Like, tell me about that.
Oh my goodness, I think this is a question for a geologist.
Oh, this is a Megan question, perhaps.
Maybe. I mean, geologists, I think it was, Chris was telling me that I think it was basalt.
Okay.
Volcanic, correct.
Okay.
I don't know how old it is, though.
Okay.
Yeah. When was the last time we had eruptions around here?
All right, got it. So we've just made it a bit of a joke to try to stump the Mapbox Minute, guest. Here, I've got a good one for you. Which state is bigger, Wyoming or Utah?
Oh my goodness, these are tough questions.
Anyone
I have no idea. I don't know. Help me out.
Wyoming
here.
or Utah? 3, 2, 1.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheaters. I thought it was Utah. Also,
you
the
did?
first time I thought of it.
They're hard. They're very square on the maps.
Okay,
right?
I'm going to give you an opportunity to quiz me about something that I probably don't know the answer, but give me a chance.
All right. So latitude and longitude, right? I'm doing it wrong. Latitude, longitude.
Yeah.
When was the method for accurate measurement of longitude invented? I'll give you a multiple choice.
Okay.
Was it the 1620s, the 1720s, or the 1820s?
I'm going to go 1720s because I think that's when Columbus sailed over here.
You are correct.
Yeah,
yes.
All right. I'm genuinely stoked about that because it's completely a guess. Cool. And that's going to be your 60 seconds for your Mapbox Minute. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm here with Jill and Kristen in the Hyundai, and I just felt all the air conditioning coming out, and I said, gosh, I wish I could be in there. And you said, my heated seats are on.
They are. As soon as the sun went down, I got cold.
Now, it sounds like these guys have been listening to music, which is so cool on Route 66.
Yeah.
So tell me how your day was and what you're listening to.
We had an awesome day. It was a great day because we got to use the road book, and we're both automotive journalists, so road books are like our love language.
They make sense.
We had so much fun. Right now we're listening to Charlie XCX. We've had Cher and who else?
Moby. Moby was on. Yeah. So Bose is one of our sponsors, and they provided us a USB stick.
Great segue.
To be able to listen to music on the route, and we were like, we need like top 40, upbeat kind of sounds, and they were really cool.
That's a real treat because sometimes you lose the music when you have to take the GPS down.
Yep.
I know that happened for us.
We did in fact lose the music, the radio, everything is gone. So as you can see, it's just like, what's going on there? But yep, USB port.
Now, any highlights? I mean, I've been out there today and had so much fun on the course. What did you think of it?
Go ahead.
I loved it. It was a really good day. It was beautiful. We stopped in the middle of like a dry lake bed and took photos because I have like you can't have your phone, so I brought disposable cameras.
Good idea. You guys are really smart. Well, you're journalists, right?
You know
what you need.
So journalists are really smart is what I'm hearing you say. Thank you.
Very smart. Well, I'm going to let you go in and enjoy this awesome time capsule that we've just arrived to.
Yeah.
Have a great evening, ladies, and thank you so much. Okay, while we can, we've got Team 158. Team 158, just a quick hello. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, we did lots of fun today. We had a big enduro. We hit Route 66. So, yeah, we're happy to be here. It's been a big, busy day.
Perfect. Any challenges out there today?
So we got a little turned around on the road book because it was a very long road book, but we got out, took some headings, and got back on track. So that was pretty rewarding to, overcome that today.
Well, welcome to this fantastic base camp on Route 66.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Okay, team, back to Matthew and Emme. What are they up to?
All right, thank you so much, Katie. I can't believe that the team in the Hyundai Santa Cruz was listening to music. I just couldn't. We never did it.
I asked you about that because you spend a lot of time in the car.
I know, but you can't do it. We'd rather sit in silence. And Rebecca was usually figuring out where she needed to go next. Mm-hmm. So we were always very silent.
Those moments are lost computing power.
Exactly. And
right.
I believe that Rebecca made a comment or texted somebody about how we're two drivers trying to talk about navigation.
She said we driver-splained navigation, so now we need a navigator to come on here and navisplain driving. Which I like the challenge, Becca. If you're watching, I love the challenge. We just need a minute to process and figure out who would be a good job navisplaining driving.
Right. But you know what? Then, Rebecca, you're going to love this video where I actually do try to navigate and drive in a straight line. And I got to tell you, it's harder than you think. So let's roll this film and let's see how poorly I did.
If anyone has any doubts about whether America landed on the moon, we're here to prove that you did.
This place looks just like the moon, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And I'm really stoked to be out here with Emme on course today. And we're at Cuddyback Dry Lake, which is always just really bizarre to me because there used to be a lake here at some point. And one would think, because there's nothing in the way, that it would be really easy to navigate and drive these lakes. But I'm pretty wrong.
Yeah. So right here at this point of the course, they're doing distance and heading, right? Remember, all they're working with is their road book. So it's all distance heading. And when you look, there's no road. The topography is way far away, so they have to be really, really accurate in their distance and headings. And I got to tell you, it's more difficult than you think.
Now be careful, because you've won this race so many times.
It's not a race, it's a rally.
Beg your pardon. It's a rally. I have set a heading in my compass, and I've put our little friend Sam the snake out there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I want you to show us how difficult or easy it is to drive in a straight line.
All right, so I'm going to go 6 degrees north, which is going to be over that way somewhere, for a quarter of a mile. Are you sure that's it?
Yep.
I can do that. Can I take the compass?
Nope.
How am I going to do it?
We're even going to make it easy for you. You can use a digital compass.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to stand here and make sure that you're actually on course.
Okay, so I can use the compass on my phone.
Yep.
Which I have no idea if it's declinated or not. So, all right, well, I'm going to get in the tundra, and I'm going to go do this. I'm going to prove to you that I'm a driver, but I'm also a navigator.
Good luck.
Yep, gonna need it.
Okay, so she's got to go. I mean, if she takes a straight line from where her truck is, she should be good. But that's the thing. It's easier said than done to drive a straight line on these dry lake beds.
So this is actually harder than you would think with the digital compass, because normally on a compass you have like a little sighting hole. I don't really have a sighting hole. So I'm just going to go to 6 degrees, and then I'm going to look out there in the distance and see if I can find something that's exactly at 6 degrees, and there is nothing. All right, I have reset my auto earlier, so I am at 0.0 miles. Now the Rebels, of course, do this in kilometers, but I can't do that. So I'm going to be so slow.
Is this where I was standing earlier?
All right, moving gear. Let's try to keep. Does it work going up?
Hope we don't lose my snake.
Gosh, I feel like I'm already off. I'm going to be driving so slow.
She's pretty good. Oh no, she's gone. She's gone left. The snake's going to be to her right.
I feel good, you guys. I feel really good about this.
Hurry up, Evie. My arm's getting sore.
Okay, I'm going to call it here. Okay, I think I didn't go far enough.
You think?
That's what I think. I think
so she thinks she didn't go far enough.
So let me... But I think I'm on
I thought you actually went right.
You think I went right? So you think it's over here somewhere?
Oh, no, I would say that the snake is right of you.
Oh,
but see, this is how interesting it is.
Right.
Because you think when you get here, you'll be able to see, like, if you say, I'm going to follow that bush.
Right.
The perspective changes, and look where we are here. Like, all the bushes look the same.
Absolutely, they look the same, but I swear to God I was going on that. So I feel like I need to go forward a little bit.
Over it. She's lost my snake. She's lost my little pranker snake.
Dude! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Rebecca, I never gave you enough credit. You're the best navigator I've ever had. Wait, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I found it! See? Okay. I'm right. Oh, I'm so good. So I was right on my heading. I just didn't go far enough.
Bullshit!
It's right here.
You're miles off, honey.
All right.
I mean, no, look, hold on. We'll do some old school. This is where you were.
Yeah.
The flag is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did she win this rally? Rebecca, 10 steps.
That's a lot.
Rebecca, get your ass out here, honey.
That's a lot of steps, right? And we were only going a quarter of a mile. So you imagine that kind of deviance over 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. At the end, your heading could be over here and you could have ended up over there. So driving in a straight line, you think it's easy? It is not. Oh, little Sammi, you're so cute.
That was hard.
It is hard.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Thanks for the challenge. Okay, we'll see you back at base camp. We're about to head into a really fun part of the course that is beautiful and for great... What day are we on? I can no longer speak. Peace out.
Oh, that was
Welcome
great.
back, everyone. You know, I took a back heading after we finished filming that, and I was off by probably like 3, maybe 4 degrees. Like, it was a lot.
Well, what I love is that you didn't follow my tracks.
No, I couldn't follow your tracks.
Well, I know, but I had just driven out there and laid the snake down, so
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
not gonna
could have
cheat.
followed my tracks and cheated.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if you're right.
It's not your spirit, though,
No,
to follow my
no,
tracks
it's not
and
my
cheat.
track,
So
but I was still
appreciate
wrong.
you.
Oh, I like it. Look, you got
Nice
little
video.
Sammi right here.
Yeah, I found her snake.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
want
so
her to
cute.
miss it.
All right, I think Katie has got somebody out here on the finish line. Somebody cool.
Hello, I'm here with Tammy Jo and Amber. And man, these teams coming in with the music. Emmy just said she can't believe they listen to music. Not only do these guys have music, they have a disco ball. Emily, I think this is getting a bit easy if they've got...
I mean, we have to bring the vibe. We have to, find the fun.
I mean, I get it. If it's not fun, don't do it, right?
Exactly. You guys made a great game. We got to just bring a little flavor.
That's the attitude that I love. Now, I heard that you made it to a checkpoint with 1 second to spare today.
We did.
We did. Today was roadbook all day. All day roadbook, all the way. And we had more waypoints than we could count and checkpoints throughout that time. And we were just working our way through some back road, and we had to get out there.
We had 1 second. We clicked the tracker and literally 1 second before we timed out.
1 second.
Fantastic work, ladies. Fantastic work.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about your third teammate. How's she's doing?
Oh my gosh, she did so great. She's getting dirty, but she is staying the course.
Okay, well, I'm...
Mousy squeak going on, but we fixed that at the gas station.
What did you do?
Banged
How'd
on
you fix
it.
It just needed a little...
God, I love it. I love the positive energy tonight here at Roy's. We're going to have a great night. Back to Emmy and Matthew. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. See you inside, or outside inside the half base camp.
Parking lot, day -1, really.
Okay.
Before the rally started, it's no big secret that I helped put a lot of the graphics on the cars. So I'm running around trying to hurriedly put the
the stickers on
windshield header on.
Oh, okay.
And they're standing in front of the car, and they're like, "We're really worried about this. We're really worried about this sticker." And
Team 136 was worried?
Yes.
Okay.
About the windshield header sticker, and something in me I was a little bit tired, so I think I was being a bit of a smarty. I said, "Are you guys rookies?" And they were like, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, I see. You really don't know what yet you should be worried about." This is not it. This sticker is not what you should worry about.
And then what did they say? They were like, oh, yeah, maybe you're right.
No, they're great. They're absolutely great. I loved all my time chatting with them. And, seeing those funny lights inside, that's amazing.
I know. That's so cool.
They'll
I
keep
love
your
that
spirits
they have
up,
a
right?
disco ball inside their vehicle. That's rad.
So when we look around here, before our show started, I went poking around, nosing around Nick's garage.
Okay.
Have you seen that there's several vehicles over there?
Not tonight. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
No. What's going on?
There was a nice little line over there. I'm just going to run down the list here.
Okay.
Verena and Tana.
They're in the Kia Sportage.
Kia Sportage X Pro, exactly. They're working on changing a tire tonight. They've hit something with the exhaust, and the car sounds a little rambunctious, we could say.
Okay. I mean, I like a rambunctious car, but maybe that's not supposed to sound that way.
And while they aren't where we expected them to see in X-Cross, they've been dealing with this Odo challenge, and to be honest, Tana's doing kind of awesome.
Oh, right, because they don't have a Terra Trip. They are
Yes.
trying to do it all old school
Correct.
without a Terra Trip.
And
right.
they don't have, all the accuracy that they usually would.
Right.
So Tana's like, looks at me, she's like, yeah, we're not at the front of the list, but we're kind of doing pretty well given. And I was like, 100%.
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah, and she would know with her experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
Totally. So
Yeah.
she's pretty proud of where they are given their challenges. Mountain Subi, number 204, their rear toe links, the boots are torn, and they're just getting rattly.
Yeah, I heard it when they came in. I was like, woo, that sounds like my truck.
Yeah, sounds like your truck. So she's been pumping some grease in those and wrapping some duct tape around the boots, and she has some backups if it comes to it.
Oh,
so
okay,
no
great.
big deal there. 137, the Lexus. I don't have their names
Yeah,
in
the
front of me.
Lexus GX.
Yes.
Yes, I know. I can see her face in my mind.
Yeah, me too.
But she used to drive for Honda, and now she's in that. Now she's in that Lexus. She just came up and told me they had a slow leak overnight in one of their tires.
Yes.
And so they pumped it up at the starting line, did their timed enduro because they didn't have time to change it, and then changed it at the end.
Changed it afterward.
Yeah, so that's pretty
Yep.
cool, right? There's no panic. Just like pump it up. Maybe you'll have a little bit of a flat tire at the end, but it's not the end
No
of the
big
day.
deal, and it gets you moving and started in your day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. So that's sorted. They plugged that, and they've got that as a spare. 188 is probably the biggest story right now. That's Laura and Maria
Right,
guitar.
right. They're
and
running in the top 3 right now. I think they're second overall right
yeah,
now.
serious challengers here. Their battery came loose today and was
Oh.
bouncing around and grounding some.
Ooh, did they have any fires and sparks? and
No
stuff?
fires. It's confused the ECU a bit, though. The car's randomly done some things you wouldn't normally have happening from your car.
Bummer.
Nick looked at me kind of like, I really don't know what it's going to take to get this thing sorted.
Yeah,
So
yeah. She seems like all of her vehicles have some kind of electric problem.
it's funny how that turns out.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's really a bummer. That's really a bummer.
But anyway, fingers crossed we get a nice level. They can start out fair playing field
tomorrow is a brand new day,
Yeah,
and they still
totally.
did really well today, even with a vehicle that might be acting up a little bit and not knowing if it's going to die or if it's going to go or if it's going to shift into park or not shift into park or whatever. So, they're a tough team. They can power through pretty much
Totally.
anything
Well,
unless that whole thing bricks itself, which I don't think
and
is
we've
gonna
seen that Nick's garage comes up with some miracles. So hopefully,
100%. Yeah. Nick Guyver, they don't call him Nick Guyver for nothing.
All right, Katie, what do you have for us?
So I'm here with Nicole Dreon, our roving photojournalist, who actually got here before me today and got the full lay of the land. Found Kyle, found Snake Lady, thanks for that. I had a snake on me a few minutes ago. But you're going to take us through Team 160 and teach us some of the nuggets that you've learnt about them.
Yeah, I was really excited to check in with Team 160. They are representing the Navajo Nation.
Oh, cool.
I know, super cool. And I was wondering, how did you end up on the Rebel Rally? And they said it was really interesting. What they've learned so far is that the hardships that they endured, like growing up on the reservation, really are making the rally a lot easier. The crazy weather, sleeping on the ground, taking on the elements, understanding the landscape. And for them, the Rebels are really natural fit because the values from the Rebel align with the values for the Navajo from the reservation, which is really cool.
And it's not even hardship, it's just their way of life, and now the Rebel is in line with that.
Oh, totally. They were like, Raquel did it this last year, and she's like, people were talking about how hard certain parts of this were, and she's like, this is just our normal life, like knowing where you are in the landscape.
So tell us about the next team you have with some nuggets for us.
We have Kelsey and Elizabeth. So BMW has joined the party this year.
Finally,
yeah. And we have Kelsey actually owns a BMW auto shop back on the Midwest. She does rally stage races. Huge BMW fan. And Elizabeth, she's been cracking me up all week. She's from New Hampshire. I've nicknamed her Live Free or Die. And she's so silly and goofy on this rally. When I discovered she is actually a nuclear physicist.
Stop it.
And I'm like, what does that mean? What do you do? And she, I guess, specializes in nuclear waste. So
the breadth and depth of Rebels. I mean, we have Rebels from so many different countries and so many different disciplines, and it's always such a pleasure to get to know them. Thank you so much for your nuggets. They are fantastic. Now back to Emme and Matthew. What have you got for us?
Thank you so much, Katie. We love when you get to talk to Nicole. She is the best, and Nicole actually cracks me up. But
I'm like having a hard time focusing. I'm thinking of all these nuclear waste questions I have in my head right now. It's like we have access to so many interesting folks on this
listen,
rally.
you keep thinking, and we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Let's do it.
My name is April Leone. I am a senior software engineer at Onyx Maps. This is my truck, Luna. She is originally she was a 2011 4Runner, and now she's covered in diamond plate because I have accidents and rolled her a couple of times in some sand dunes. I got into off-roading, I feel like I don't like to generalize, but the way that a lot of women might get into off-roading, they have a husband, they have a boyfriend who's doing this cool thing with trucks, and you want to be involved. You want to go out. You want to have some adventure. And that was a really big draw for me. The thing for me that really was important was that I didn't just sit in the passenger seat. Yeah, it was really important to me to learn how to do everything on my truck and learn how to drive it really well. So I found Luna and I signed up for some trainings, and then I just kind of made it my own. So I started off-roading, but then I learned about this really awesome women-only navigation rally called the Rebelle. And what is so unique about it is 2,000 kilometers entirely off-road in California, Nevada, no GPS, no computer, no phone, and every morning you get a list of coordinates that you have to hand plot on a map with like your glasses in the dark, and you're trying to figure out where you're going. So what's interesting about the Rebelle is after doing it for a couple of years, it brought me to Onyx. Even though the Rebelle is paper only, I can import tracks into Onyx. I can use it as a training tool. You know, you can load up the satellite imagery, see what was around you, see what you missed, get some details about that, and, you know, then get out there and adventure with that.
The Rebelle Rally is the longest competitive off-road navigation rally in the U.S. It is remote, unique, and extremely challenging. When we launched the Rebelle, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebelle, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
Oh man, fun stuff, and just getting that perspective of all the work that goes into building the rally.
Yep.
Mapbox, and then obviously Total Chaos, Nicole from Total Chaos helping pre-run all of these stages and days. And it's not just running the route that we're doing, it's running the 12 other possible routes that we could have been doing.
Exactly. Well, someone might make a mistake here, so where can I go here? So that's where that they've been able to use the Onyx maps and be able to kind of figure out where they might want to be, and then they can let us know, like, someone might make a mistake, so you can go here. And we've got all of that stuff on the back end so that we can find the competitors easily and get footage of them.
It's quite a combination with Jimmy Lewis, with Emily, with the Access, with Mapbox, with Onyx. We've got quite a team.
Yeah, it's pretty nutso.
Yeah,
I
good
love
stuff.
it.
Proud of that.
Well, let's look at some of the standings because, as you know, like I said, temperatures are hot. Competition is even hotter. Here we have the overalls for the 4x4. Terrelyn and Nina, I believe today they had a 100% day.
Whew.
Which I just, they slay me.
Sizzle.
They slay me.
Sizzle.
Yeah. Those ladies are on fire.
I chatted with Terrelyn. I was like expecting her to be like, oh, yeah, a lot of whoops today. No, she's just big smile. Yeah, that was fun. Fun day.
Yeah. She's so casual about it. She's like, yeah, I know I'm great, but that's fine. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got Wanless and Guitar out there still hanging on to that second place. We'll see if they're able to keep that through till tomorrow.
And we're not yet sure if the battery issue kind of pulled them back and cost them a few points today or not. Distractions are no good.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out for tomorrow. And then our rookie team and our Rivian R1T team, Lily and Alex, man, I would love to see a Rivian on the podium.
Sure you would.
I mean, I love it. Getting
I'd be just as happy to see last year's rookies there with a nice fight with this year's kind of leading rookie team. So Becky and Samantha in a 22 hybrid Toyota Tundra.
Yeah.
Not too far back.
Yeah.
And folks, if you're a bit of a nerd and you really want to click around in the scoring a bunch, if you stay on 4x4 and click flowchart, that's going to show you the actual deficit of points between them. We don't have to do that right now, guys. But you can see the deficit. You can see like who you're competing against for like 7th, 8th, 9th, or whatever in there.
Yeah. So that's cool. So this kind of does some of the math for you. So you can see that second place, they are down by 40 points. Now, is that doable? It depends. If Nina and Terrelyn have a bad day on the dunes, which is entirely possible, and Laura and Maria kick some butt, they could easily come up that 40 points. But
and Becky and Sam there, 4th place right now, but you've got Renee and Rory in Total Chaos Equipped 4Runner, only 24 points behind.
Yeah.
But that Total Chaos 4Runner is amazing in the dunes.
Yeah,
right?
It is amazing.
Anyway,
so
anything
can happen in the dunes, but let's see what's going on in the X-Cross class. So, again, Benzie and Clark are hanging on to their first place. They are way far ahead. I'm not sure that anyone's going to be able to catch them, barring some kind of crazy mechanical failure, which is just not going to happen in that Bronco Sport Badlands.
They're not going to appreciate that you said that.
No, that's not going to happen. They're not going to have a problem. Melissa really knows how to drive that vehicle, and she knows how to keep that vehicle safe.
She totally does. They are just in cruise mode, I think. I mean, they're working hard, but they're not too fussed about it. They're just doing a good job at their job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the race here, the rally here is really for 2nd and 3rd. Now, right now, we have Sedona and Lynn in that Nissan Pathfinder. They've got a good lock on 2nd for right now, but you know what? There's only 1 percentage point off, and Carrie and Angela in that Subaru Outback, fan favorite in the crossover. I mean, listen, those gals have been here for a couple of years. They've got experience, and it just might be their year to grab a second place.
They also have a lot of experience in their vehicle and know what it's capable of or not capable of.
Exactly, and that vehicle, that Subaru, has got a locker.
Yes, you told me that.
So that is pretty exciting.
Cool.
Now, I hate to bring it down a little bit, but if you remember last year, we had a team. They were in the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander.
Sure.
It
Mason Converse.
Exactly, Mason Converse and her partner, Erin Mason. And Mason Converse, she is a veteran, and she had her dog, Sammi, here, was her service dog. And Sammi, unfortunately, passed away yesterday very, very unexpectedly. And, once a rebel, always a rebel. Sammi was on the rally with us. We consider that dog a rebel, and we're really sorry to hear, Mason, that Sammi has passed away. She was a good dog.
She was super cool, and her goggles, you would just melt looking at her.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And when she had her vest on, that dog was all about Mason, never deviated from her side. But when Mason took that vest off, we're like right there, that dog wanted to play catch.
She wanted to play. She was everybody's buddy. This is such a sad story.
Best dog, I know. So I'm really sorry to bring that bad news, but we do care about all of our past and future rebels, and we just want to give a good shout out to Sammi. So Sammi, rest in peace. We are glad that you have on the other side of the rainbow, maybe helping something out on the other side. So we're going to be live tomorrow at 6:45 in the morning from Roy's Motel and Cafe. Tomorrow we head out and we go to the big dunes of Glamis. It's going to be pretty darn fun.
Speak quickly about the dunes. You know how for some competitors, especially a lot of rookie competitors, going to the dunes is like pretty frightening. They're like, oh no, we survived this far only to just die tomorrow going to the sand.
Exactly. So tomorrow we've got 6:45 a.m. show at the start line, 6 p.m. show at the finish line in Glamis. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. We've got yet another slideshow by our fabulous Rebel Rally photographers. Have a great night.